This is one of the more interesting creations here at Historical Recreations. Now, for weeks now, my family and I have had takeout food, and I have been saving these plastic containers, and I'm going to tell you why. I had saw these at a dollar store, and what they are LED battery operated. Check these out, the coolest artificial candles imaginable, and this is wax, so it is not only realistic looking, but it feels realistic. So I wanted to create two candelabras with the saved material that I have. So I've saved a bunch of plastic containers that, well, basically just by experimenting and working with different shapes and stuff, you can stack them on top. And I also had these leftover Christmas balls that were plastic, which were not used, and I decided that I wanted to work with my air dried clay and my favorite are two colors in my collection here, a black number 999 and a silver number 995 in acrylic. So today let's build two Gothic style candelabras. One of the first elements we're going to need, other than a glue gun and some glue sticks, is a pair of scissors, and we're going to very carefully trim off areas like that from our plastics to make them a little bit smoother, as if they are shape. Be very careful, scissors are sharp. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to experiment with patterns that we're going to make with materials. This is pickles that they give you from Domino Pizza, and just imagine what you could do if you were to cut this off and stack that on there. So let me now stack these up and see what kind of a design I can create, and then we can start gluing it together. And after a few minutes of playing with the plastic materials and creating the correct juxtaposition, I looked at that and I said, yes, this is a really cool composition. So let's heat up our hot glue gun after cutting off all the edges and hot glue this together. Once your pieces are assembled and all the hot glue is dried, now paint it down with a 999 black and let's see what it looks like. First stage of our design, they will look like this. Now let's get out our air dried clay and let's add some detailing. It doesn't matter what color you have because you're going to paint over with black and silver anyways. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be creating a kind of soft tubing over here, and we're going to put that around all of the sharp edges of our plastic container. You're going to have to make enough of this, and then what's fun about it is that we can also add some extra special divots and other materials inside of this, so you can use your tools. Alright, so let's cut this off here and I'll show you what I'm doing. So now you just apply around all the areas that were kind of sharp, and then once you get that on there, you can take one of your tools. I'm going to use a bigger one. I like to make these more fun divots here. You can add all kinds of really cool details to this, and once this dries, you're going to paint over it. So let's finish that off. And once you get your clay on there, let it sit for 24 hours and dry. Something really extra special, if you have these style pins with the teardrop shaped ends, you can add more decoration to just about anything. Will just go beautifully right through the plastic and add a sense of texture. And I'm going to add a few of these raised pearls around my piece, which are going to stand out. I'm going to balance it out. Go very, very easily, but they're going to look so cool once you paint this up. once our clay is dry and all the elements are in place, let's paint this black. Now comes the super important part of the video, is the transformation. Today we're going to be using a silver number 995. I love this color. Shake it well and apply a little bit on your palette. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Do not add water to this at all. We're going to dry brush it today. And we're just going to coat the brush. We're going to load up the brush with enough paint to, I'm using a number, wow, 15 over here. This is a larger, softer watercolor brush. We're going to very, very gently touch the surface. Watch the transformation begin. Now that our artwork is finished, I hope that you really enjoyed this episode of Historical Recreations. Gothic beauty, done correctly. Gothically yours, Professor M.